everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
For calling the police on my spouse's bonus daughter to teach her a lesson that her mom refused to. Disclaimer, this is not a Reddit story, this is my actual life. Before I get into the details that led to the police being called today, I'm going to give you some background information for context. Both of us have previous marriages under our belts that have ended for different reasons. In 2019, he and his ex-wife separated. In 2020, my late husband passed away after a 7-year battle with lung cancer. Their divorce was final in March of 2021, and in July of 2021, he and I met. We both came into the relationship with 3 kids from our previous marriage. He had a bonus daughter and 2 biological kids, and I have a biological son and 2 bonus kids. His bonus daughter and my biological son are the same age, which was 11 at that time. When we first got serious and introduced the kids, all of them had good attitudes, even his bonus daughter. She was like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I hope you and my dad get married." And the day she told me that I was a lot calmer than her mom, I knew then we was going to have some problems. And boy, was I right, because shortly after that, she started coming back to our house with attitude. She started stealing money from my son's wallet, from his piggy bank. I would ask her dad to talk to her mom so that she can give it back, but her mom refused to talk to us. From there, she started letting us know that she didn't have to listen to the rules in our house because her mom's rules superseded ours because neither one of us were her parents. One weekend it came to a head and my spouse asked them, "What's going on? Why are you guys having this energy and this disrespect?" And the response he was given was, I was the reason that they weren't together anymore and that he abandoned them. Mom never wants to talk about any of the issues that are had, and I only get referred to as that thing. So finally, about 1.5 years in, I had enough and I decided to walk over to her house so that we could have a conversation, woman to woman, mother to mother, which we did. And we sat down on her porch and talked for 6 hours. She gave me her side, I gave her my side. We agreed how we were going to co-parent moving forward, and all was well, at least is what I thought. Now, by this time, his bonus daughter doesn't come every weekend that his biological kids come. She's kind of visiting sporadically, whenever it's convenient for mom, etc. So after we've had this long conversation and exchanged numbers and said we would communicate about the kids, I knew the summer visitation was coming up. So I reached out to mom to find out if she was coming, and if she was, how long was she staying? Was she going to be here for the full 30 days as the others? Because I needed to make sure she had enough clothes. We had a trip planned. We had pre-purchased movie tickets. I had concert tickets to see Janet Jackson. So I needed to know what her schedule with us was going to look like so that I can make sure that she was included. But I never got a response from mom after messaging her a good 4 or 5 times. So June 1st rolls around and all 3 of the kids get dropped off, even though mom still hasn't communicated to dad or me that the oldest was coming. Nor has she told us how long she's going to be there yet. June 2nd rolls around, which is the same day as the Janet Jackson concert, and mom still hasn't said anything to me. So I sent her a message asking her why would she send her daughter over to our house without communicating to either one of us, and that she needed to reach back out to one of us to set the expectation. Instead of mom talking to one of the adults, she went and told her 11-year-old daughter something outlandish that caused this girl to come into our space and tell us, me, she's not going to the concert. So I told dad, call her mom and have her mom come pick her up. I drove out to Fort Worth to pick up my son from his grandmother so that that concert ticket would not go to waste, and I got my son. And me and my son and him and his daughter were going to go to the concert. We go pulling out of the driveway to leave for the concert, and she comes running out with her hair not done, clothes barely on, talking about she's coming. I then told her she no longer has the option to come to the concert and that her mom was on the way to pick her up. We then get a text message that says she's never coming back over to our house, us, and thanks for nothing. Dad reached out to mom and said that she couldn't come back over until she apologized and until 3 adults sat down to set the expectations with the children of boundaries and respect. Mom said, us, she's not doing that, and her daughter doesn't have to come back over to our house. This was in 2023, mind you. So dad and bonus daughter have been grieving their relationship for the last 3 years, while bonus baby girl has to watch her siblings come over and still maintain their relationship with their dad. And I really hate this, because this is where my heart is broken, because mom refuses to take accountability, refused to be the only parent and correct the behavior, and baby girl is the one who has to suffer for it. Some parents don't realize that when we take accountability for our actions, it actually gives our kids a safe space to put their emotions, and they will be able to heal and get over those things that we cause more than they would if we give them a target that's not really responsible and send them down a path of anger and misdirection. It's crazy work. So anyways, over the last 3 years, anytime we have any sporting events that I have to go to, the daughter is there being extra rude. She has come up to me on multiple occasions, cussing me out, telling me she was going to slap the shit out of me if I looked at her, etc., etc. Each time it's happened, I've gone to mom to let her know. And the moment I walk up and tell her, she's like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. And she walks away. I handle things head on. If you do something to me, I'm going to address you directly. But they don't operate the same way, so it has not been addressed. Anytime dad tries to address it, they cause a big scene in the parking lot and start cussing and fussing and hoopla and all this. So a few weeks ago, we're at the soccer game and there's a little girl in the field just going in, dogging some woman. And I'm like, dang, this girl is going in. Her parents must not be here because she is saying every name in the book. And I get up to go walk to the car and I hear her say, look, there go that ugly rat right there. Yeah, you better walk away. And I'm like, oh, that's my bonus daughter. And she is talking about me. Oh, okay, got it. So then fast forward to today's game. She came doing the same thing after the game, coming up to me, saying stuff. And I politely went outside and called the police and started a police report because I'm done being harassed and threatened. Am I scared? No. Can I handle it myself? Absolutely. But since mom has taught the daughter that there is no consequences to behaving like this, especially disrespecting, harassing, and threatening an adult, then we're just going to go ahead and let the authorities get involved so that she can see that actually there are consequences. And unfortunately for you, when your parents refuse to deal with those consequences or enforce them, then you end up having to deal with them. And ultimately, that's what's going to happen. Dad did try to go up to mom again to ask her to address it, and he was told to shut the fuck up. Her mom told him to go to hell. They started yelling and causing an even bigger scene inside of the gym. So he just walked out to the car. We waited for the police to come, and we officially filed a police report today. So am I the asshole? Obviously, all of our kids have been affected by this, and they each respond differently. So I'll give a few examples of how they've responded and how we've dealt with it. Initially, when dad told mom bonus daughter couldn't come back over, she told him, good luck with getting your daughter over here then, because if her sister can't come, she's not going to want to come either. When they came back for the next visit, she told her dad that she wasn't worried because when she turned 13, she wasn't going to see him anymore anyway. She was also instructed that she doesn't have to participate with our family and she can just sit in her room the whole time that she's on visitation time with her dad. Dad nipped that in the bud real fast, and when she did not get the same response that her big sister got, she asked why, and he explained that he doesn't have the same level of autonomy that he has with her and the sister because she is his daughter and the sister is not. Now, we take a very direct, honest approach with our kids, explaining things in an age-appropriate manner to them. And then after we do that, we live our lives consistent in front of them out loud so that they can see our actions match up with our words. And eventually, that's the thing that kindles the attitude. His biological daughter was still coming over with an attitude every week. Then one day she sat in my office, saw me writing my grief journal and asked if she could read it. So I said yes. She read some of it and saw that my husband died in 2020. And so she's like, your husband died in 2020. And I had a picture of our first Christmas together with our new blended family on my desk that said 2021. So she was like, and we met you in 2021. And my parents broke up in 2019. And I met my mom's boyfriend in 2019. And after that, we didn't have to deal with that attitude because she put it together in real time. How can I be responsible for her parents not being together if I didn't know her dad when her parents were married, if I was married? I watched her in real time connect the dots to understand that the story that she had been given was actually not the true story. And after that, she never had attitude over that particular topic anymore. Other topics came up, and anytime she came and asked, we would give her the truth. And then ultimately, as time went by, she would be able to reconcile it in her mind, and then it changed her behavior towards me altogether. We also have family meetings and we offer our kids a safe space. So they do get to talk to us about whatever it is that's on their mind that they're feeling. They get to be angry, they get to have all of the emotions, and we get to deal with them in a healthy space and talk through them. So naturally, when the police were called, she was concerned about her mom and her sister, and she's like, I'm on their side. And I told her, that's okay, you can take their side. I'm not asking you to take my side in this. I said, I'm not asking you to go against your mom either. But I tell you what, when you turn 15, you go start cussing at adults and just cussing people out and threatening them. And she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I said, why? Because you know that that's the wrong thing to do. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, exactly. So, and I never said anything else. So So then she turned her attention on dad and started going in at him, throwing all the things that mom has said to her in his face. And I asked her, like, why do you have so much smoke with your dad? Why do you seem like you hate your dad? So I asked her, I said, does he miss his visitation with you? No. Does he come to all of your school events? Yes. Does he come to your sporting events? Yes. He comes to have lunch with you during the week? Yes. He spends time with you? Yes. He does all the things that he's supposed to do as a father, right? So why are you so angry at him? She said, I don't know. I said, I want you to think about that. Think about the reason that you're so angry with your dad so we can deal with it. We can talk about it. And then she said the thing that I absolutely love. She's like, you know what? I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on my side. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. You get it. You're not supposed to pick a side because you're not even supposed to be in this. This is between your mom and your dad. That's their relationship. It doesn't even have to do with anything with me. It's not for us. It's for them to deal with, right? So we can stay out of it and we don't have to pick a side. I also give them examples of my own blended family and how my dad was and my stepmom. And she's like, why do you still love your dad? And I'm like, because I've been able to heal. That's why I still love him. But if my dad was half the dad that yours is, oh my God, life would be great. She knows that part of the reason that I'm with her dad is because the type of father he is. And because the type of father I had, I wouldn't have chosen some deadbeat man to be around my kids and be a partner in my life. I truly believe that the antidote has to be as strong and loud as the poison that often gets put into our kids. Sometimes we might not recognize the cause of the change behavior right away, but the more we spend time with our kids, we find out exactly what's bothering them, and then we can address it head on. Sometimes that happens right away, and sometimes it may take us 6 months to find out what poison they were injected with. But we do always get an opportunity to put some antidote in there to get that poison out, and then it makes for a very peaceful environment with us at home. Anytime the kids come over, if dad notices that their disposition is off, he'll run them a bath water so that they can relax and just wash off everything that they have been going through, and then give them a fresh start with us for the visitation that we have. Our sons are very neutral in the situation because they see it as catty girl mess. But his son feels really bad because he feels like he's only 9 and he can't do anything. And then my son comforts him to let him know, like, it's okay. You don't have to do anything. Like, I got you. We're good. And we all, anytime there's a situation that happens, has a family meeting to go ahead and do a debrief and address any issues and concerns that any of the children might have. And we've never left one of those meetings with things still crazy. But when they go home, all of that gets undone and then we start the process again. So it's important for us to stay consistent and make sure that we live in the life that we're supposed to before our kids so we could be accountable. Because at the end of the day, that's what all of this is at its core. We're accountable to our kids and how we move. And in my opinion, that's how all parents should be. But when we lack that as parents, our kids are the ones who suffer from it.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Make sure y'all check me out, man. On all YouTube channels. You can find it, the links in the description, okay? Also, if you're suffering from any drug or alcohol abuse, you know, you can contact me and we'll help you figure that out. Okay? And we're going to get you some help. Okay? Because then you're going to be acting like the baby mama over here. We don't need you acting like the baby mama. We need you to get help. We're going to get help together. I mean, not that I have a problem, but I'm here to solve it. Listen, hey, y'all know I got a bonus kid. Y'all wouldn't even know. I actually had a baby that died, and it sucked because I had to deal with that, and I don't talk about it too much. I don't even let people know, and it sucks because that was I would have had another girl. Like, could you imagine me with another girl? Like, Jesus Christ, I already got enough of them, right? All girls, and then, but the baby, if you go back to my old YouTube videos, the beginning, you'll see the baby in my videos. You know what I'm saying? Not the baby at the end. The baby at the end, she's in the other room. She in the other room sleep right now. Or maybe she probably be in my bed later on. I don't know. She wake up in the middle of the night. Daddy, Daddy. I'm like, God damn. Anyway. And she want me to hold her. She'll literally grab my arm, put my arm around her, and I gotta sleep on my back so I can hold this little baby. Anyway, so when I had both of them, the other one, you could see the other one. She don't come around as much as anymore, but she used to come around all the time. And people used to complain about me having my kids. They be talking in the background. They'll come in my door just like earlier in the video. They come in my door, and I had those child safety things on the door. That's child safety knob where you had to squeeze the knob and turn it. Ooh, when they figured that out, couldn't keep the kids out. And then the baby, she the blinds only went down from the door all the way to a certain level. So she'll look and say, "Daddy, Daddy." She'd be looking at her, "Daddy." And people used to be like, "Who's badass kids are in the back?" It'd be mine. I'm like, y'all act like y'all don't got kids. My kids was over every day. Saying. And me and the mama's not together. So, but so I raised this kid as mine, and she's a wonderful child. She's going to the first grade. So, but the worst part about it is that she not mine, So I just gotta deal with it what it is, raising a kid as your own and she not yours. And, then, my only hope is that her mama don't try to turn her against me, which, I've heard some things, but I don't take it out on the baby because it ain't got nothing to do with her, and that's the thing. Like, the kids really don't have no influence. I got a daughter. My daughter, man, before she moved in, she used to think like, "Damn, Daddy, you wasn't here, you wasn't there." I'm like, man, you gotta pull out them receipts. Be like, what? I wasn't what? I didn't do what? And then you gotta show, like, man, everything ain't always what. Sometimes you gotta go through courts, you gotta go through co-parenting, you gotta do all that. And then just to hear this dude is taking care of a kid that ain't even his, yet he gotta deal with the trauma that the mom is putting on him to take care of a kid that's not even his. And that shit don't make no sense. And then we got men that's trying to take care of their kids. Man, I got some other shit, other stuff that I want to say. Because, man, I'm going to tell y'all what. When my kids' mom used to keep my kids away from me, I'd be like, I mean, you're not doing me a favor. Like, but then you be like, "Oh, I need help with the kids." Hey, boy, that's up to you. You the one keeping them away. I ain't said they couldn't come over. But when I be like, "Hey, we trying to keep on schedule. Let's make a schedule. Like, let's be real about it." Then it's always, "Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that." But damn, am I invited to the kids? The kids got a baseball game, or the kids got this. Well, I could take them there. Like, they could still, like, I could still make it. I could still go to these things, but they won't. They don't see it like that. So they just try to be difficult on purpose, but then be like, "I need you when I need you. I need you." They want you to be a babysitter. They don't want you to be a father. They want you to be a babysitter, and that's just so stupid. You want me to be a babysitter? What? That's wild. That's how it is, man. And the new mom, The new mom is catching strays for what? Oh, what's the new mom catching strays for? She ain't did nothing. And then come to find out, it's all the mama, making it seem like, oh, the new mom is the reason why we not together. Girl, you had a whole nother man in your house. But they don't understand. The kids don't understand until they start to understand, and that's what happened to my daughter. I'm sure that's what's going to happen to the other daughter. And I'm sure this was gonna happen to my young daughter. But me and her mama business ain't my daughter's business. Like, I don't gotta tell my little kid nothing. But I know somebody who do, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not finna influence no. I'm not finna try to turn my kid against the person who take care of them. Why would I do that? That wouldn't make sense. But they do it, and it's okay. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God. You don't even have to fight for some stuff. Just let God handle it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do as a person? You can't do shit. You could take them to court and do what? What's the court gonna do? Court ain't gonna do nothing. Court gonna give you orders that you have to follow. And then if you don't follow the orders, you got to go back to court and pay more money. What's court going to do? Stop taking these chicks to court and take these chicks to God. Go pray to God about it, because the courts ain't going to do shit. The courts will not help you. Excuse my language. I'm back cussing. Courts ain't about to do nothing. Go to God and let him handle it. And then you could just let it go and move on with your life. Hey, every weekend, every other weekend, I'm gone out of town. Every other weekend, I be leaving. I go on vacation. Why? Because I don't got my kid. You think I'm finna Shh. That's what be wrong with these women. Boy, y'all be thinking y'all punishing the daddy for not keeping the kids. Man, go ahead and keep her some alone. keep the kid. I go on vacation this day. Keep them. Okay? Because I'm catching trains, planes, and taxi cabs. You hear what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section.